All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our December REthink conference call meeting. I appreciate all of you guys being on the line today, and those of you watching this recording after the fact, we appreciate your time. We're going to cover several things like we normally do here at the REthink local chapter. We're going to be discussing some key items inside the network within California Properties, and then we're going to go into our master marketing session. We're going to talk about 6 tried and true methods to market yourself, your properties, and your services, and then 6 cutting-edge methods that you can utilize technology platforms to market yourself, your services, and your listings, okay? So with that being said, let's just jump right into it. First up, we have our REthink Torch project. This is something that all of the local chapters throughout the national network use to promote our company, our personal real estate businesses, and you can follow along the Torch project with many other local chapters, local REthink chapters across the country. And if you guys recall, at our tax and business planning session in November at the downtown Los Angeles office, Dusty Mulhern volunteered to take over the Torch project. And if you're not following us on Instagram right now, you definitely should, because he's got some cool things going on. We do have some samples here of Dusty. So there's a photo there that I think we posted it that evening of our last meeting here at downtown with Ken Musso, the enrolled agent, talking about corporation and LLCs to help you pay less taxes than a normal 1099 independent contractor would. Here on the middle screen you have the REthink story that Dusty put together. This is what looks like to be holiday recipes that he's going to be sending out to his clientele or maybe farm area. And then on the right-hand side, Dusty has also started one of the REthink agent-to-agent challenge, but it wasn't in regards to real estate. It was actually in regards to health and fitness, and I believe they're on track to cover, 500 miles before the end of January. Well, not the end of January, at our January top agent panel, which would also be our REthink meeting in January. So thank you, Dusty, for running the REthink Torch project. Dusty's going to be taking on this project until the top agent panel, and we'll also be able to show there at the top agent panel in Norwalk some of the videos and things that Dusty has put together, showcasing his day in the life of a busy real estate agent. So again, Dusty, thank you very much. I hope all of you guys on the line and watching this recording are following the BHHS California REthink, because Dusty's doing a great job of hosting this month. Thanks again, Dusty. So with that being said, let us keep it moving here. And we're going to jump into our topic for the day. Our topic for the day, for today's meeting, is Marketing Blitz. We're talking Marketing Blitz. So in this Marketing Blitz, you guys, we're going to be talking about 12 different ways, as mentioned, to market yourself, market your listings, market your services, and get creative with your marketing strategies. So let's jump right into it, and we're going to cover the tried and true methods that have stood the test of time. The tried and true methods that have stood the test of time. And you can imagine in this business, in real estate, the methods for marketing haven't changed so much over the past 200 years or so. And what I mean by that is back when they had huts in Philadelphia, New York, and Virginia, and all the colonies, people were still putting signs on their huts or on their log cabin or things like that. Face-to-face networking and all those things were still being used. So let's talk about some of the tried and true methods that have stood the test of time. Now, the very first tried and true method we have here is networking. Of course, you've heard the saying before that your network determines your net worth, right? And it's really true. Our founder, CEO, and president, Mr. Bruce Mulhern, reiterates a lot. It's not about who you know, but also who knows you, right? We all know Michael Jordan. We all know who Kobe Bryant is. But does Michael Jordan know us? Does Kobe Bryant know you're a real estate agent? And if they do, you need to network with them more and make those deals happen. But essentially, getting out there, and talking to as many people as possible about real estate sales. So if you recall, in our November meeting, we handed out to each and every one of you 2019 business plans for you to fill out and follow, right? And in one of those sheets, it talked about the amount of leads you had to speak with, the amount of people you had to get rejected by in order for you to get one transaction. So you got to get out there and talk to people. There's so many different places you can meet people, so many different ways to start conversations, and you just got to get out there, of course. My old manager, Andre Rogers, used to tell me, nobody wants to be James Bond more than me, but I'm not a secret agent. I'm a real estate agent, meaning you have to go out there and tell people what you do every day of the week, every week of the month, every month of the year. Make sure you are out there talking to people. So networking. And we have a real estate hack for you because this is going to help you improve your productivity via referrals. Did you know that Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Sales Convention in March is the best place to meet other like-minded Berkshire Hathaway agents across the country and around the globe to get those broker-to-broker referrals? If you're not going to Las Vegas for the March convention, please check out bhhsevents.com, and we are all in. Now let me reiterate on this a little bit more and talk a little bit more about it. Some agents have asked me if I ever get my value out of going to sales convention, in which I go pretty much every year. And I unequivocally say yes. I absolutely get my value every time I go to sales convention. And how do I get my value out of the sales convention trip? Well, I network with other like-minded agents who work for our company and our network across the country and around the globe now, to where I let them know who I am, where I'm located, and if there's anybody that they are aware of who may be moving in or out of the Los Angeles area, I would like to get those referrals. I also want to connect with them in regards to where they're located at and what marketplace they serve. Because if I know of anybody who's in their marketplace, I want to make that referral connection, just like I would follow up with a traditional lead or a past client or somebody in my center of influence. I'm going to follow up with the people who I meet at National Sales Convention because I want them to remember me when they think of LA real estate. I want to get those referrals when they know of somebody who's moving in or out of the Los Angeles area. Even if it's happening down in Long Beach. You know, I'm not going to go down to Long Beach and work that market because I'm in Los Angeles, but I know that there's several quality agents who I know and trust in our network who would be able to handle that referral. And either way, I'm going to get my little piece of the pie by making the connection. And I hope you see the value in adding a referral lead generation system to your database and your marketing strategy to improve your bottom line. So hopefully all of you have experienced the joy of receiving a referral check. You know, those mailbox money checks. When you go to the mailbox, you check it out, and hey, there's a check for you, right? There's a check. That's because you connected one of your clients or potential clients with an agent in another region or another area. They did the job, they closed the deal, and you're going to get your 25, 30, or even 40% sometimes. Ali Diaz just put a little reminder in the chat box here for our free conference call session, and she reminds us that tickets are $569 now, and they will stay at that price until February the 12th. And if you try to buy your tickets, I believe, after February the 12th, on the 13th or the 14th or any time after that, I believe, what, you're going to be paying somewhere close to $600, $625? So if you're going to the convention to add referrals to your strategy for growing your business, buy your ticket now at $569. Don't wait until February 13th where you're paying, what is it, Ali? Ali puts $599 here. You know, just plan it, make it happen. And if you can't make it happen this year, maybe you strive to make it happen next year, okay? So networking is the very first thing we're going to be covering. It's tried and true, stood the test of time. The second tried and true lead generation and marketing method you want to attack would be phone calls. Now, say it with me. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. That's right. I know somebody's laughing over there. But in all reality, guys, in all seriousness, who are you going to call? Here's a list. The most highly, highly supportive people in your clientele list are your sphere of influence. People you already know, people you like, people like you, and they trust you. So you're going to call them to keep the relationship strong. You're going to use maybe some of the scripts you've gotten from your office, from your manager, or from your real estate coach, or past coaching sessions that you were in. Even look at some of the REthink scripts that we provided to you. To talk with your sphere of influence, remind them that you're in the business. Remind them that you're here to help any of their friends, family members, co-workers, constituents who may need help in buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Remember, we use soft selling methods. You don't go in there and say, hey, you know anybody who wants to buy or sell for me right now? That's self-serving. Remember, remind them that you're there to help their friends and family who need help in buying, selling, or investing in real estate. And if they know of anybody, ask them for their permission to be introduced. It's a lot softer than saying, who do you know who wants to buy or sell? Rephrase that and state, who do you know who needs my help in buying, selling, or investing in real estate? And if you know of anybody, would you feel comfortable introducing them to me? A little bit softer. Take a look at some of the scripts that we've provided you over the years, or ask your manager for a group of scripts for your sphere of influence. Same thing with past clients. You want to stay in contact with them. Also, who else could you call? If you're doing a geographic farm and you're door knocking or you're dropping flyers, why are you not calling them as well? You can use systems like the Mojo Dialer. You can use Tiger Leads. You can use Vulcan 7. You can use REAP to get those numbers, or you could even use Land Voice, the dialer. There's several things out there. I believe the Dolphin Dialer is another one of them. There's so many ways to get neighborhood phone numbers. You have no excuse if you really want to find it. But you can call the geographic farm to let them know about the just listed and just sold in your neighborhood. Hey, thanks for joining us on the line. I'm going to go ahead and mute you so you don't hear that background noise. There we go, guys. Again, calling your geographic farm, that would be something that you really would like to do if trying to target a certain neighborhood. You're going to call them and let them know about the just listed, the just solds, the just pendings, and any open houses happening in that neighborhood. Remember, you don't have to be the listing agent or the buyer's agent on a deal to let the neighborhood know what transactions just happened. Take a look at geographic farm calls, okay? We have a real estate hack for you regarding phone calls. Our real estate hack for you for phone calls would be to go after the expired listings and go after the for sale by owners. If you're calling around neighborhoods and you're looking for sellers, let me tell you that expired listings and for sale by owners are the needles in the haystack. You can make hundreds of phone calls to random people and hope that one of them wants to sell. Why are you not going after expired listings, and why are you not going after for sale by owners? They already wanted to sell. They've already hired an agent in the expired arena, and they failed to get it done. But they still probably have a goal of moving. For sale by owners, they're already on the market for sale. And 94% of them are going to end up hiring an agent anyways, so why not call them, make a face-to-face introduction, offer to do free open houses for them, and maybe even create a relationship with them so that 91, 92-day average where for sale by owners decides, hey, you know what, I'm done with this, I don't want to do it anymore, and they hire a broker, you're going to be the first one there. And they're going to hire you because you were the one putting in all the time and effort when everybody else wasn't even trying. Please go after expired listings. Please go after for sale by owners. They are the needles in the haystack. And again, if you don't have scripts and dialogues for these two different lead sources, we have them right here. Take a look at your screen, guys. We have the expired script up on the screen right now. It's so simple. Hi, this is Vic Quiroz from Berkshire Hathaway, downtown Los Angeles. I'm calling to find out if the house is still available for sale or not. You know, and you take the conversation and go from there. For any of you who need scripts and dialogues for sale by owners, or for expired listings, or even for your sphere of influence, please let us know. Go ahead and type it in the chat box right now, or send us a message on our closed Facebook group, and we'll go ahead and connect you with a whole booklet full of scripts and dialogues for free. You know, we don't charge anything here for stuff like that. It's all included in your membership. If we can help you get the better scripts and dialogues, we will. So I hope that helps. Let's move on to our next tried and true method of marketing yourself, your properties, and your services. Mega open houses. Mega open houses are one of my favorite recommendations for brand new agents and veterans alike trying to restart their business or maybe give it a recharge. I love open houses so much, I'm doing one on Saturday. Yeah, I'm doing one on Saturday too. Sometimes people say, Vic, well, you don't really sell much anymore, do you? I absolutely do. I still sell. I made that deal with corporate. If they wanted to have me in a box for 8 hours, I wasn't going to do it. I got to be out there with the people to make sure our agents know what's happening in the field and I can properly lead this office. And I'm telling you this because I want to stress the importance of open houses. Whether you're a new agent, you got a few years in the business, or you have 15 plus years, 25 plus years, open houses is a key component to our business because it's the closest thing that we as real estate agents and real estate brokers get to having our retail store open for business. Let me explain that. Some of you have probably done some Christmas shopping already, and you've been to your local strip mall or big commercial mall, right? The Cerritos Plaza, South Coast Plaza, the Grove in Los Angeles, the Ontario Mills or the Victoria Gardens in the Inland Empire. Maybe you were at the West Covina Plaza or any one of those big malls, right? Now, if you're in the mall and you decide to walk into, let's say, the Gap store, you're probably looking for clothes, right? I mean, you're not walking into a Gap store looking for luggage, are you? You're not walking into a Gap store looking for electronics or for, you know, the hottest music. You're not going into a Gap store to look for jewelry. You're going into the Gap store specifically for clothing, right? For clothing. So think about that. We want our customers to come into our retail store to buy what we're selling, correct? When you're holding an open house, people are going to stop their day, get out of their cars, walk into the house willingly and understanding that a real estate agent is going to be there to talk about real estate. And guess what, guys? They continue to walk in anyways, right? Those are the type of people you want to speak to. Those are the people walking into your retail store looking for information or looking to purchase or sell the product that we are responsible for, which is real estate. So get out there and do open houses. I know it's the holiday season and, you know, slow things down if you must, but get out there and do open houses. I like to do at least 2 open houses a month, keep my sales skills sharp, to meet new people and continuously fill my pipeline. So let's talk about mega open houses a little bit more in detail. Now, when allowed, now I say that very loosely, when allowed, if you have not done the research in your neighborhood, in your city, in your region, you want to make sure that you're following the open house protocol or the rules for that HOA, that local community, that city area, that unincorporated county area. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want you using 25 open house signs or even 10 open house signs and the community only allows you to use 5 or 10. Or, for instance, I'm doing an open house tomorrow in a neighborhood that has an HOA. They're single-family residences, but they have an HOA, and it's not gated. But inside this HOA, you can only use A-frame signs. You cannot use any of the yard stakes that go into the grass. You can't do that at all. Only A-frame signs, and they have to be on the sidewalk. So very specifically, I'm only taking, that's right, A-frame signs. I don't want to get my signs confiscated by the local association, the maintenance people, the city code enforcement, or anything like that. Okay, so do your due diligence on the neighborhood before you use so many signs. But use as many signs as possible without getting yourself into trouble and without getting your signs confiscated by the city. Drive that foot traffic. Make sure you start your signs from the main arteries, the main drags, the main streets, the main avenues where all the cars are coming and going. Start your signs there and lead them back to your open house. If you can, door knock the neighborhood personally with color flyers and invite the neighbors to your open house. Get face-to-face with them. Because when neighbors come to open houses, are they necessarily looking to buy property? No. They're not always looking to buy property. Sometimes, most of the time, they're looking to get ideas on how much their current property would be worth if they were to put it on the market right then and there. Or they could be exploring the idea of listing their property immediately and seeing if you're the right agent for the job. So be aware that getting face-to-face with the neighbors in the neighborhood and personally inviting them will start to build rapport. And anybody who comes to your open house, understand they're walking into your retail store, they want to talk about real estate, and they live in the neighborhood already. Good chance they want to talk about their home's value as well. I hope you don't mind getting a listing while hosting an open house, having buyers come through. Best of both worlds. So please work on your open houses. Now that that's said, let's move on to our next tried and true method here. And when I say tried and true method, yes, it still works. It is a little bit expensive nowadays, but direct mail is still something that I'm sure all of you are getting in your mailbox every day. You're getting direct mail from Target, from Walmart, from your local grocery store, from your dry cleaners, from your dentists, from car dealers, from local small businesses, and real estate agents and brokerages alike, right? Absolutely. It still works. Now, are the responses as great as they were once upon a time? No, they're not. They're not as great of an ROI as it used to be. But it still works, so we're going to cover it. You can send out postcards, small postcards, oddly shaped postcards, jumbo-sized postcards. You can mail out newsletters. You can go to the BHHS Resource Center. You can create a newsletter using the free content they give you every month, print it out in color, stuff it in an envelope, handwrite the address of the homeowner on it, and slap a stamp on it and mail it off. You can send out quarterly market updates. I send out my quarterly market updates to all of my past clients, and I also send them to everybody who owns a home in my sphere of influence. I send those out, guess what, every quarter, right? So I send them out quarterly. They're going out again the first week of January. Or you can send out handwritten letters or handwritten notes to your sphere of influence, past clients, or geographic farm area, strengthening the bond and using a call to action to introduce you to anybody they may know that may need your help in buying, selling, or investing in real estate. So there's a couple of different pieces you can do here. But our real estate hack to share with you in regards to direct mail, well, we're going to talk about USPS.com Every Door Direct Mail, or EDDM for short. Now, Every Door Direct Mail, EDDM, is basically bulk mailing for small businesses. Okay? It's bulk mailing for a small business, meaning that you are going to have to attack an entire post office mail route. But when you attack that entire mail route, it's only going to cost you 18 cents per mailing piece. And I believe right now that is a tremendous saver over the cost of a traditional first-class postage stamp, yes? I think a postage stamp nowadays, guys, is, what, 49 cents? 49 cents or so? And let's just call it 50 cents, half a buck, right? So imagine if you're going to be sending out 100 mailers to your neighborhood, and it costs you 50 cents a stamp, you're spending right there a lot of money, aren't you? You're spending a lot of money. You're going to spend 50 bucks to send out 100 mailing pieces. Now, let's go ahead and say, you're using EDDM, right? You're going to do that instead. And you're spending 50 bucks to get 100 pieces out. But if you're doing EDDM, your total bill is going to be $18 for the same amount of deliveries. Be smart about it, guys. If you're going to be going after your geographic farm, if you're going to be targeting a neighborhood, if you're going to be targeting a high-rise building in Long Beach, in downtown Los Angeles on the west side, you know, Pasadena, Glendale, other areas that have high-rises, if you're going to be targeting something like that, or even EDDM will save you so much money because you can target that small geographic area for, you know, less than half the cost of a regular stamp. So please look into EDDM if you're doing bulk mail. Now, I have included a snapshot, a screenshot, I should say, on the webinar for you. If you look at your screen right now, you're looking at the screenshot for USPS.com, Every Door Direct Mailings homepage. Once you type in USPS.com, you go to Business, and then click on the link that says Every Door Direct Mail. This is what you're going to see. It's going to ask you to type in the zip code, and once you type in that zip code, the map is going to zoom in and give you a list of all the different routes geographically on the map. And as you click on the little mailing route, it will highlight it. It will highlight itself in a pink or purple tone. And on the right-hand side, where it says Order Summary, right now on the screen it says Order Summary 0000. But when you click on a mailing route, it will actually tell you how many mailing routes you've selected, how many delivery addresses are possible, and the total cost of that mailing route. So you can go really deep into a neighborhood and select certain streets. But remember, you have to buy the whole mailing route, not the whole zip code, just the whole mailing route inside that zip code to get that special EDDM pricing. I hope those of you using direct mail right now for a geographic farm area would save a lot of money using this. I hope that you guys take a look into it if you're not already using it, okay? That's Every Door Direct Mail for small business bulk. All right, let's keep it moving here. Chugging right along, the next tried and true method we have, that's right, yard signs. We alluded to yard signs earlier on in the conference call. We had mentioned that this is one of the methods that has been used for the past 200 years here in this country. So you can imagine Benjamin Franklin, 1750, in Philadelphia. And if those of you are familiar with Benjamin Franklin's story, he owned a little house there. He owned it for a very long time. And when he sold it to move to London, guess what he did? He put a yard sign out in front of his home, because that's what you did there, to let the public know that the home was on the market, it was for sale, and for inquiry, contact the seller or contact, guess who? The real estate advisor. So, if Benjamin Franklin was out there putting yard signs in front of his house, your sellers in 2018 should take note from one of the American geniuses and put a yard sign out there. Now let's talk about statistics. Yard signs are the third most popular way that all buyers in 2017 found the property they actually bought and closed on. Let me repeat that one more time. Yard signs is the number 3 method for home buyers to find the property they like and close on it. These facts come from National Association of Realtors Buyer and Seller Survey, where they polled over 3,000 buyers around the country and 3,000 sellers as well, and they gave us these statistics. The number 1 way a buyer found a property last year was finding it via internet real estate portals, such as Realtor.com, Trulia, Zillow, Homes.com, BHHS.com, Redfin, and other franchisee network IDX platforms. So internet search was number 1. The number 2 method for buyers was buyers saying, I don't want to look for my own house. That's why I'm hiring a real estate agent or a real estate broker. You guys go find it for me. So the second most popular method or successful method was buyers having their agents look for them. And the number 3 method, again, was yard signs, because People still drive around neighborhoods that they like and call the number on the for sale sign in the yard for information. If you do not have your own custom yard sign for your listings, you're not promoting yourself, you're not promoting your services, and you're definitely not doing a good job of promoting the house you have listed. The only real estate hack we can give you in regards to yard signs would be to get your own custom yard sign with your cell phone number and your active website there to drive buyer traffic directly to you. I know some agents don't like to double end their transactions. They feel it's a liability for them, and that's okay. But for those of you who do like to double end your listings, why wouldn't you want to get your own custom yard signs with your own cell phone number and your own website to drive buyer traffic directly to you? So many times I see newer agents specifically say, you know, I don't think I need to buy a yard sign. I got this listing and we'll use the company yard signs for now. And as a manager of an office, I appreciate that agent, because that means my office phone rings and my agents who are in the room, in the office, they get those leads. So we can make the sale here out of this branch. Now, thank you so much if you don't have your own custom yard sign and you're promoting the office lines. But you're in business for yourself, correct? You're not in business by yourself here at this company. And I believe that every manager would encourage their agents to get their own custom yard sign so you can capture that business and capture that revenue to help your real estate sales business grow. Please look into getting your own custom yard signs. If you don't know where to go for your own custom yard signs, please look at the vendor fair. Check out the vendors we have at the quarterly breakfast next month, where we have a special guest speaker. I believe it's, the name is escaping me right now, but I do know, I believe we have Tommy Hopkins. He's the founder of Hopkins, correct? He's going to be the speaker, so you want to see Tom Hopkins speak. And if you need a custom yard sign, go see the gals and guys over at Rapido Signs, over at Build a Sign, or any of the other vendors we have there at the La Mirada Firestone Holiday Inn Select as you enter for the quarterly breakfast, okay? So, the yard signs covered. Let's continue on. In our tried and true methods for marketing yourself, your properties, and your services, print media still exists. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The LA Times is not dead. It may have moved out of downtown Los Angeles into a warehouse into El Segundo, but they're not dead. I read the newspaper every day. Let me rephrase that. I read the LA Times every day on my phone. I don't read the newspaper anymore. I very rarely go to the grocery store and pick up those real estate magazines. I do see bus bench ads with agents out there. I do see neighborhood billboards with their agents up there. Those are great. I do see communities newsletters. They get out there. You know, they're at the church. They're at the local rec center. Maybe they're at City Hall, or they're in the local businesses. You know, they're in your pizza shops and your hair salons and your barber shops and your dry cleaners and those type of things. Seeing property flyers get, passed out and distributed. Keep in mind that even your business cards, that's right, even your business cards they're considered print media. They're printed, they're on nice cardstock, I hope, and you're handing them out to promote yourself, your services, and your company, right? So all of these different methods, whether they're newspaper ads or real estate magazines at grocery stores, the bus benches, or the neighborhood billboards, like the Mother and Son team have a brand new billboard coming out in Downey. I believe it's coming out in 2 weeks. They're really successful with that. Communities newsletters, all these different things are methods for you to market yourself and your services. Now, all of them are going to have their different places where they fit into your niche marketing plan. And I would say that if you are in a neighborhood like Leisure World down in Seal Beach, and your audience, the demographics there, still read newspapers daily, maybe you should follow the demographics in your marketplace and advertise where the audience is. Real estate magazines, the ones you pick up over at the grocery store or at the car wash, I mean, if you look at those things, who's in it? All of your who? All of your competition. I look at the real estate magazines at the car wash just to see who my competition is in the area. It's more brand awareness than a good place to promote your listings. I used to be in real estate magazines for years, and one of the things that used to bug me about real estate magazines and even newspaper ads was the fact that for the magazines that I was in 3 different magazines, and I'll show you some samples of that as we move on through the conference call today, but in the magazine ad world, you had to have your ad in by the 15th of the month for it to run and print for distribution on the 1st of next month. So think about that. Today is December the 20th, correct? If I took a brand new listing today and I wanted to put it in the real estate magazine, it wouldn't actually show up in the magazine until February 1st because I missed the cutoff date, which was December the 15th, to run and distribute by January 1st. Meaning I would have to wait all the way until February 1st to see my print media out there in these magazines. For that reason, if you're going to be utilizing this method, I would strongly suggest that you use your real estate magazine ad as the branding and marketing tool, not the #1 tool for marketing your listings, because by the time the magazine comes out, the listing may have already been sold if you price it right, if the marketing is done correctly in regards to photos and videos and placement online, and it's available to show. So be cautious about that real estate magazine stuff, but it does have its place. Bus benches, I'll tie in with neighborhood billboards. Bus benches are a good thing. Neighborhood billboards are a good thing. Let me repeat that. They are good things. If, and here's the biggest if your bus bench ad or your neighborhood billboard ad is in the community or geographic farm area that you are targeting in other ways. Meaning, if you put a bus bench ad in Palm Springs, but you service the Los Angeles area, I'm hoping that you're not expecting to get a lot of business in Palm Springs off of your ad. You're not going to get any business in Los Angeles off of your Palm Springs ad, vice versa, right? So the ads that are staples in the local community, the common areas like billboards or bus bench ads, things like that, they have to be in neighborhoods and markets you're already targeting. You couple up these methods with phone calls to the neighborhood, with mailers to the neighborhood, with IP address targeting, Facebook ads, with community activism and open houses and phone calls and all these different things, okay? So couple it up together, because I can tell you that one of our most successful teams, and you guys know who I'm talking about, the mother and son team, they've run a couple of different billboards in different areas, but they also mail out. They also phone call. They also do open houses and also do Facebook and other internet strategy targeting to those local communities. So this is a supplement to their brand in the neighborhood. Don't go spending a bunch of money if your strategy isn't clear. Next here on community newsletters. Well, if you're involved in your local religious facility, whether it's a church or a temple or something to that degree, you can always advertise in the community newsletter there. Okay. Sometimes they have community forums like nextdoor.com or closed Facebook groups for people who live in, I don't know, let's say downtown Long Beach or downtown Downey or Old Town Whittier or things like that. You might be able to join a community newsletter there. Property flyers, of course, you can distribute those many different ways. And your business cards, again, they are print media. On this next slide we have here on the screen, if you take a look at it, these are some samples of print ads that I've done in my former, I should say not former sales career, but my former market areas in my sales career. So some branding pieces here, some calls to action. We also have some property things there. Here's another ad that we did. This is kind of chopped up because we had to do this widescreen, but this actual ad itself was originally a vertical in a magazine. So we chopped it up for the purposes of this conference call and this viewing. Real estate hack. Some of you guys have heard me say this before, but the real estate hack I can share with you to help make you better when it comes to print marketing is the reminder that there are clients out there who only shop at Nordstrom's because they love the look, they love the feel, they love the customer service that they get. And there are people who only shop at Walmart because they don't care about customer service. They don't care about the look, the feel, the experience. All they care about is the price. Keep this in mind. There are always going to be people out there who buy cars that are really economical. You know, the Daewoo's of the world, right? But there's also going to be people out there who want the top quality stuff. I mean, the people buying the BMWs, the people buying the Teslas, the Mercedes-Benz, those people are buying a certain thing, right? A certain experience. So think about all of your marketing, and this isn't regulated to just print marketing. Think about your online marketing, everything that you do to market yourself. Are you presenting the look and feel of a Tesla, of a Nordstrom's, of a Neiman Marcus, or are you presenting the look and feel of a Walmart, Big Lots, Dollar Tree? Think about the differences in those stores. Think about the differences in those brands. Now, apply that thought process to your business card. Apply that thought process to your website, to your newsletters, to the e-cards, to your website, to anything that you're doing. Elevate it, make it look, make it feel, make the experience better. Your clients will appreciate you for it, and even if you're not selling million-dollar real estate today, don't you want your clients? Don't you want those people walking into open houses? Don't you want the consumer researching you online? Don't you want all of these different people to look at you and think that you sell million-dollar homes, right? Don't you want them to think you can handle their million-dollar listing? Or are you okay with being the Walmart of real estate agents? Are you okay with being the Dollar Tree of real estate agents? You know, you can't handle a million-dollar home. You can only handle the $100,000 homes that are way, way out of our marketplace, right? Now, for those of you who sell properties up in Victorville, Lancaster, way out there in the Coachella Valley, I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying, up your level of marketing. Make everything better in every way imaginable. Think Nordstrom marketing versus Walmart marketing, and I promise you, Nordstrom will bring you more clients if you approach it that way. Next on our list here, we're going to start to talk about some cutting-edge marketing strategies for the tech-savvy. We're going to talk about 6 different ways to market yourself, your property listings, and your services in a bit. But for this second, I'm going to unmute everybody, and I'm going to ask you to tell me, what do you guys think about some of the tried and true methods we just covered? And are you applying any of those to your business, or are you going to start to apply any of these to your business now or in the near future in 2019?
Hey, Victor.
Yeah.
This is Russ. So in my office, one of the things that I have tried to stress with my agents is treating open houses like a business and planning it, getting good open houses, committing to it on a Monday that you're going to do an open house on a Saturday or a Sunday, because sometimes you have to call around other brokers to try to get their, open houses. And I believe that you have to treat doing open houses, if that's what you're going to do, you need to treat that like a business. And you need to plan it, and you need to be able to commit early on in the week that you're going to get an open house and work it. And that's going to be your business plan. And you get up every Monday and start planning the next weekend's open house.
That's great. Yeah. I mean, you definitely want to commit to it. You don't want to, you're right there, you don't want to pick an open house on a Friday and expect to have a great showing on Saturday, right, Russell?
Well, yeah, you're going to end up with a condo in a gated community that no one else wanted.
Yeah.
But if you want to get a prime open house, you got to call before everybody else, and part of that is being willing to commit to, next Saturday, the following Saturday and Sunday, that you're going to do that open house. And you got to treat it like it's a business.
I agree. Like I said, I think that open houses are the closest thing to retail stores that we're going to get in this business.
Yeah.
And you have to open up your business on time, because if you're a restaurant or you know what, let's go back to the mall scenario working at the Gap, right, Russell? If you're working at the Gap and the Gap, is closed and the rest of the mall is open, what happens to the Gap? Did they get a fine? It's in the thousands of dollars that a mall store gets in regards to fines from the mall for every day that they're late to open or early to close.
Yeah.
That's really good insight. Thank you, Russell. I appreciate you sharing. Does anybody else have any comments they'd like to share before we move on to the cutting-edge marketing strategies? Okay. With that being said, or should I say not being said, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody again, and then we're going to get into our cutting-edge strategies, and we're going to wrap up our marketing conference call for today. So, let's get into it. Cutting-edge marketing strategies for the tech-savvy. And don't let the tech-savvy words scare you. If you're not sure on how to use one of these platforms, or you're not sure even what it is or how to get started, the #1 training tool in the world is available at your fingertips. I will remind you that you can learn anything about anything by searching on YouTube or Google, okay? We will not be able to have the time to show you how to use these platforms. We're going to touch on them very briefly. We're going to discuss very quickly what they can do and how you can possibly utilize these platforms for your business, but I will not be able to show you how to use them tonight. You would have to do some research on YouTube or on Google to become an expert, okay? So, let's move on and talk about our very first cutting-edge strategy. And yeah, that's right. It's the Multiple Listing Service, also known as the MLS. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the MLS, I'm just kidding. All of you are on the MLS. You guys all know this stuff. You guys are all realtors. You're part of your board. You're part of your local association. And I hope you guys are up to date on your dues and have access to search for properties on MLS. Something that you didn't know and you can share with your clients is that the MLS, the CRMLS specifically, is the largest MLS network in North America. Right here in Southern California, CRMLS Matrix has almost 88,000 active members. The number on your screen says 85,000, but I got the update from CEO Art Carter earlier this year, and they're approaching or just crossed 88,000 active paying realtors in CRMLS Matrix. That's huge. The biggest MLS in the entire country, in the entire continent, is what we use. Now, through our MLS, did you know that we control 90% of all the buyer sales in the Southern California regional market? It's everything, for the most part. It's all happening here, okay, through MLS. Now, If you haven't learned how to use MLS, please go on your online videos in your help area and watch those videos to utilize the #1 tool that's going to separate you from Zillow, please. Okay? Not the #1 quality, but the #1 tool. So please get used to this stuff. Now, our real estate hack to share with you in regards to marketing on the MLS. That's right, marketing your listing on the MLS. This is how we do it. You have to have a listing first. If you do not have a listing, this will not work for you. But once you have a listing and you've uploaded it to the CR MLS matrix, and even those of you on CLAW, Combined Los Angeles West Side MLS, that's for my agents here in downtown and West LA, you have a reverse prospecting tool that allows you to see all of the real estate agents who have set up automatic search criteria drip system emails, drip system campaigns, I should say, to their buyer clients, where that buyer client is looking for a property that matches your listing's search criteria. That was a lot to say. Let me say it again. Via the reverse prospecting tool in your MLS, you can find all of the real estate agents who have clients currently looking for a property like your listing and are set up on an auto MLS drip email campaign. So that means you can find their buyers, but you know that there's agents in your market with buyers specifically for your listing. So I have a couple of screenshots I'm going to share with you right now. So please take a look and follow along. This is a listing here that I had in the past. Okay, this is 2751 Dunbar Drive in Riverside. Really nice two-story turnkey home there. In Riverside, the price point's a little bit lower, it's $375, but this was a great listing for me. Sold very quickly, and you see the MLS status there. Right at this time, it was pending when I took the screenshot of it, so it sold in 8 days. Very good listing. But on the next slide, I'm going to show you, it's going to be the reverse prospecting results for the Dunbar home. So what I did was I go into my listing, and on the very bottom of the listing page, there's a little blue link that says reverse prospecting. When you click on reverse prospecting for your specific listing, it will give you this page or something very similar to this page. And what it's going to do is it's going to show you the name of the agent, and it's going to show you on the right-hand side if that agent sent out the email with your listing and the client's response, if they responded to the email at all. So if we look at the very top agent on the screen here, Robert Mejia, it looks like he sent his agent 33 auto emails with criteria that was around my listing criteria. On 8/25/2016, yeah, this is a little old. I've been using CLAW, but for the purposes of this, we pulled one from 2016. On August 25th, 2016, Robert Mejia, agent Robert Mejia, emailed this specific listing to his buyer client, and his buyer client responded with a heart emoji saying that they love the home. Now, do you think it'd be smart of me to reach out to Robert Mejia via his contact information on MLS and say, hey, Robert, this is Quiroz, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I realize that you have a prospect for my listing on Dunbar Drive in Riverside. You think that would be smart of me? I hope you do, because that's what you should be doing. It's your real estate hack for using MLS. What you're going to do is you're not only going to contact Robert Mejia on the list, but you're going to contact every agent on this reverse prospecting results list. You're going to contact, in this case, Jennifer Garcia, Eduardo Perez, Sidney Simeon, Benjamin Rubicalva, Jamie Rivera. You're going to contact Shelly Lares, Maria Avila, Daniel Smith, Chandra Kapoor, and the list goes on and on and on, all the way down. Some of them even have their phone numbers directly there on the reverse prospecting page. Reach out to every single person you can, talk about your listing, and ask, number one, has your buyer seen my property yet? Have you given a tour yet? Number two, if not, when can I schedule the tour for you? Don't ask them when you're going to come see it. Ask for the appointment, just same way you would with a buyer or seller lead. Mr. Robert Mejia, I noticed that you sent out this listing to your buyer client and they loved it via the reverse prospecting tool. When are we going to schedule your client in to come see it? My guys are available at 4 p.m. and after, Monday through Friday, or are they going to be visiting the open house this Saturday from 11 to 4? Go for the appointment, get their buyer clients in, because that's going to help you sell the listing faster. Does that make sense to you guys? Does anybody have any questions on this? If so, please type it in the box, and we'll stop here for a second, because I know this is a little complicated to get. It's reverse prospecting via CRMLS matrix. If we don't have any questions on this, I'll move on to our next tried and true method for marketing yourself, your listings, and your services, of course. Now, we're going to talk about real estate portals. If you recall, I mentioned the 3 top ways that National Association of Realtors in their study found that buyers close on properties last year in 2017. Of course, the new report will be out more than likely the end of January, beginning of February 2019 for the 2018 season, but let's go off the data that we have. Most buyers and sellers found the property they closed on via one of these portals first, and then contacted their agent. And the real estate portals we're talking about are Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, Homes.com, even Yelp.com is now considered a real estate portal because they have search engine results for real estate agents. All of these platforms that I just mentioned and more allow you to create free online profiles to promote yourself and your listings to clients and consumers all over the world 24/7 for free. Please do not be mistaken. You do not have to be paying Realtor.com for leads or ads. You do not have to be a Zillow or Trulia Premier agent. You do not have to be a Homes.com preferred agent, and you do not have to pay Yelp.com to be a preferred business. You can get on their platforms and set up your online profiles for yourself as agents, or if you're a manager on this call, you can set up the profile for your office as well on Yelp, on Google Maps, on YouTube, on WordPress.com, on so many different platforms there are. Please take a look at Inman News, or maybe search Berkshire Hathaway Resource Center and their training for places that you can promote yourself online for free. Now, in regards to major platforms, Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, Homes, and even Yelp, you want to set up your profiles, and you want to make sure that all of your photos, all of your contact information, all of your biography or your about me or your my story section of those profiles are the same across the board. Because do you really care if a client finds you off of Zillow.com, like my profile is showing online right now on the screen, or my Realtor.com profile that I just put on the screen, or on my Yelp.com profile that I just put on the screen? Do you really care where the client contacts you at? Do you care if it's Zillow or Yelp? No. I hope that you don't care. I hope that what you care about more is that the client reached out to contact you. Regardless of the medium, regardless of the platform, they reached out and contacted you. And because we're saying this, I want all of your platforms, I hope that you can set up all of your platforms to be identical across all different websites. It doesn't matter if they go to Yelp.com, because the same photo and the same story and the same contact information is there. It doesn't matter if they go to Realtor.com, because it's the same photo, it's the same story, it's the same contact information. It doesn't matter if they go to Zillow, because as you see on the screen, same photo, same contact information, same story, same bio. It's the same story. And the reason why it's the same story is because you, as the real estate practitioner, you, as the real estate brand marketer, want to shape your message. You want to shape your image. You want to shape your brand. And by doing that, you have all platforms with the same images, same verbiage, same contact. It's uniform across all platforms, and that's the best thing you can do. Real estate hack. Here's our hack to share with you to get better at these profiles and get more traffic. These real estate websites, or their subdomain of the website, kind of like Yelp, allow you to actively seek out reviews and testimonials from past and current clients. Here's the stat that you should know. 88% of all millennial buyers and sellers in the country have stated that they will research their real estate agent before committing to hire them. They're going to research you online using one or several of these online portals before they commit to hiring you as their agent, regardless of buying, selling, leasing, or investing in property. They're going to research you on some of these platforms or all of them. And I'll tell you guys, if you don't exist on these platforms, you instantly lose credibility with these millennial consumers. Let me repeat that one more time. If you're not on these platforms, when they search your name in Google, when they search your name in Bing, when they search your name in Yahoo, when they search your name on YouTube, in Zillow, in Yelp, in Homes.com or Realtor.com, and you don't show up, you lose all credibility. You lose all credibility because this is where this generation is getting all of their information from. Please set up your profiles. Please ask your past clients to write good, honest reviews in detail. Don't put those sappy reviews of, oh, he was a great agent, oh, she did a great job, enter. Give some details and tell the story about how they helped you. What were the good things of the transaction? As a matter of fact, Yelp, they released an article somewhere in the middle of last year, or this year I should say, somewhere in the middle of this year, talking about how negative reviews actually help to boost traffic for the online business. Because so many people are leaving glowing reviews of other businesses and services, people want to read the story when something happens sour. And not to say you want to have bad press, but the way you handle any of those not so great stories via the platform and responding to the client and trying to show not only the client but the consumers reading all these reviews that you are going to make it better, that things didn't work out in the end, and that you're there to communicate with your clients, whether it's inside the transaction or several days, weeks, months, or years after the transaction. Okay? So please set up your profiles and take advantage of these free marketing tools. Here's a couple of different reviews that I have. This is, I believe, off of Yelp. This is off of Realtor.com. Oh, I love this one off of Realtor.com. If you guys are looking at the screen right now, please take a look. Look at the top left-hand side review from Evan. Evan purchased a home in Fontana, California in 2016, and he gave me 5 stars across the board. But the reason why I am focusing on this particular review, let's read it. Let's read it. 5-star review given on 9/2/2016, and here's what it says. Victor was a true professional and a pleasure to work with. I came into contact with Victor when I saw his profile on Realtor.com, which had great testimonials and ... I love this review because it says he first came into me when he saw my profile on Realtor.com. And that's proving my point exactly. I had never met Evan Roletto in my life. I actually remember when he first called me. I was out setting up open house signs on a Sunday right around 11 to 12 o'clock. And I'm setting open house signs up, A-frames on a corner there in a busy intersection, and I set the sign up, I take the call, I qualify Evan over the phone right then and there on the spot. I let him know, hey, I'm not in a position to take written notes, but I'll write down some notes in my Evernote afterwards, but let's set an appointment. So I set an appointment with Evan and his wife. We did a buyer consultation at my office in West Covina. We explored all the different options they had to buy a home. We covered all the process. We covered the things they should anticipate and should expect to happen during the searching process, during the offer process, and during the escrow process. They were very happy, and they committed to working with me. But I guarantee you guys that if I hadn't had my Realtor.com profile set up with my photo, my contact info, my uniform biography or storyline, along with other reviews and past sales, Evan might have not contacted me. And that initial consultation meeting and the closing and the referrals that have come afterwards would have never happened. Is that fair to say? I think it is, especially when he says right here, he first came into contact with me when he found me on this platform, Realtor.com. So if this review here and this one single little line doesn't help you understand that these online platforms, even though you're not paying for their ads and you're not a Zillow Premier agent or a Realtor.com preferred agent or whatever the case may be, as long as you're here on the platform, people will find you. So get on that platform. It doesn't cost you anything but time and effort. Okay? We have a message here. Somebody asked, Aggie, you're asking, would this be replayed again? As a matter of fact, yes. It's all being recorded as we speak, and it will be up for our local chapter paid members to review at their leisure. If you're not a local chapter member already and you want to review this video, well, join the group and you get access to not only this, but a whole lot more. With that being said, let's move on to our next method here of marketing yourself in the technology area. Of course, email marketing is there, and it's not going anywhere. For those of you who remember the original AOL days when you had Netscape web browser or even Alta Vista, if you guys remember that far back, remember this sound? You've got mail. Remember that? I know you do. That was exciting back in 1992. That was exciting in early 90s, wasn't it? Somebody sent you an email message, and you went through every single message, didn't you? You opened up all the email. You opened up all the chain letters. You probably forwarded all those chain letters too, because your friends and family had never seen those things before. But let's fast forward 20 plus years. And us real estate agents who would do a great job of marketing, those of us who do a great job of marketing, you're probably getting dozens, if not hundreds of emails daily and weekly. People trying to sell you stuff. People inviting you to their training event. People looking to see if they can help you grow your business for a small fee, right? I'm sure you're getting a lot of email. And a lot of it you probably don't even open. And that's the same case with our clients, with our consumers, with our target audience. They get emails day in and day out, okay? I'm telling you this because it's the reality of the situation, that email is still being used. Email doesn't cost you anything. It's free. I hope you're using e-cards because the templates are great. They're beautiful, and they have lots of different topics, such as recipes, sports calendars. They have days for birthdays, Veterans Day, cultural days. They have holidays. They have just listed, just sold. They have recruiting. They have catching up. They have rapport building. They have all kinds of informative, different ways you can reach out to your clients. So I hope you're using e-cards. Okay? I hope you're using the e-cards. And here's a sample of one of the e-cards that I sent out. This is just a reminder that home is where the heart is. In case you missed the short commercial that I shot back out, I'm sending them some content here with calls to action to click on links to watch my videos. Also have informational videos here for buyers, sellers, and also reminding them if they know of anybody who may need my help, they can feel comfortable introducing them to me so I can help their friends and family achieve their real estate goals. What I like about eCards is the open rate analytics. It's free via Resource Center. So unlike print advertisements where LA Times or the Long Beach Telegram or putting an ad in the real estate magazine over at the local Whole Foods, Barnes, or Ralph's grocery stores, you're not going to be able to see any analytics. You just know that there was 15,000 copies of those magazines and 100,000 copies, 150,000 copies of the LA Times newspaper that went out to their consumers and their subscribers. But you have no idea how many people actually saw your ad, read your ad, called you from that ad, went onto your website from that ad, went on to maybe watched one of your videos that you had promoted on that ad. You have no idea. But with email marketing, you can get all the analytics, okay? You can get all the analytics, and I'm going to give you examples of what that looks like on the back end in just a moment. But first, I want to remind you that if you type in the search query into Google and you ask Google, what is the best day to send an email marketing campaign? Google is going to tell you that Tuesdays are the best day to send out email marketing campaigns. It's going to say that Thursdays is the second best time or second best day to send out email marketing campaigns. So send out all of your email marketing campaigns on Tuesday or second best Thursday. And guess what? Google also tells you what time is most effective to where more people are going to be opening up your email on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Those times would be anywhere between 8 to 10 o'clock in the morning. If you send your email, your e-card, on Tuesday at 8 o'clock in the morning or on Thursday at 8 o'clock in the morning, you have a 17.5% chance that they're going to open your email. And if you get a 17.5% open rate in your email campaign, Google considers you an email marketing ninja. And we're all ninjas at heart, right? And for those of you who are not ninjas, maybe you're a Jedi. I don't know. Maybe you're a Star Wars fan. I have no idea. But in all seriousness, Tuesdays, 8 a.m., 10 a.m. the latest, send out your e-cards for the highest open rate possible during the week. Now, I've clicked on to the next slide here, and the home is where the heart is e-card that I sent out. Remember this one right here? It's on your screen. Home is where the heart is. This exact e-card that I'm sharing with you, I sent it out, and you can see here, I sent it out to 1,749 people in my database. I had 355 unique viewers, and I had 592 total views, and I had 30 clicks total. That gave me an open rate of 20%. So I believe I am a certified email ninja, or I'd prefer email Jedi, if you will, right? I had 2% of 1,750 people roughly click on my email and click on a link that I shared to watch the videos. Now, let's look at the analytics of this. Look at the very bottom right-hand corner of the slide, and you'll see there 4.06% of the people I sent this e-card to, their email no longer works. It bounced. Right below that, 0.74% of the 1,749 people I sent this email to opted out. That means that less than 1% of these people said, you know what, Vic, I don't want your e-cards anymore. Stop bothering me with this email stuff. And that's okay. Because in reality, ladies and gentlemen, do I really have strong relationships with 1,749 people? No, I don't. I can tell you the truth. If I lined up 1,749 people along a wall, I probably wouldn't be able to tell who most of those people's names are. I met them somewhere along the way in my real estate career, and I've added them to my database. And right now in 2018, my database stands close to 3,400 people. Do I know everybody? No. Do I get hurt when the email bounces? No. Do I get upset or frustrated and feel rejected when they opt out of my email campaigns? No. I don't. Because this costs me nothing. $0. Just maybe about 10 minutes to set up the e-card. And I can also see here that 0.11% of the list that I mailed out to, they never saw my e-card because it went right to their spam. They never saw it. They can't open it. That's okay. I have one other real estate hack that is not noted here in the slideshow, and I hope you guys write this one down. When you're sending out e-cards, don't get upset and don't think you're going to get a 20% open rate or a 30% open rate or something like that. Aim for the best average open rate, which is 17.5. But keep this in mind. If 17.5% of all of your database opens your email, what does that mean to us? 17.5% of all people open your database, open your email, I should say. That means that 82.5% of those people in your database never open your e-card, and they probably never will. That's okay. Think about this. 82.5% of those people opened their email. If it didn't go to spam, they saw your email, they saw your name, they saw the subject line of the email, and they deleted it. Is that fair to say? They saw your name, they saw the subject line of the email, they selected it, and deleted it from their email account, right? If that's the case, then my suggestion to you, my hack, if you will, to get you better, make sure the most powerful message is there for your subject line. It must have something to do with real estate, because they're going to see your name and they're going to see the subject line having to do with real estate. Even if they delete the email and never open it, there is that little quick 1 to 2 second reminder that you are in the real estate business. They're associating your name with real estate. They're associating real estate with your name. And isn't that what we're out to do when we're marketing for business and creating our brand and fine-tuning and honing our image that we're putting out there to the general public, right? I always like to equate it to being stuck on the 605 freeway or the 405 freeway in rush hour traffic, right? You're stuck on the freeway and you're in your car and you're moving at 2 miles an hour, stop and go traffic. And then you see the red Coca-Cola truck pass you on the side. You can't buy a Coca-Cola at that moment. You can't order one. You can't get one in your car right away, right? But you're reminded that Coca-Cola, the original, is there when you're thirsty, correct? So even if they're deleting your emails, they're seeing your name, they're associating it with real estate because of what you put in the subject line, and they're reminded very briefly that you are in the business, and when they have a real estate need, you are an option. So I hope that resonates with you. I hope I got my point across there. Okay? So please send out your e-cards. Look at the analytics, and don't feel bad if they're not opening it. Make sure your name is there and your subject line is strong. Next thing we're going to cover here, cutting-edge methods to market yourself, your properties, and your services. Well, of course, we're going to talk a little bit about social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn, they're all free. They're all free direct marketing channels to the people that you already know and have relationships with. That's why it's called social media. It's not just regular media, it's people you know socially. Okay? The average person, I always trip out and I'm amazed by this statistic. The average person spends 1 hour and 40 minutes per day on these social networks. And did you know that these social networks account for 28% of all of the internet traffic in the world? Think about that. 28% of all of the internet traffic in the world is spent on these platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Remember that social media is free. It doesn't cost you anything. And there is strategies to it and things like that. But social media is a marketing platform that you can utilize for free, and I'm going to remind you of this. We all have those agents on our platforms, on our social media, who they're doing nothing but posting about their brand new listing all day long. Just listed, just listed, just listed, just sold, just sold, just sold, just sold. Nothing of substance regarding them or building relationships, right? They're just using it as a marketplace. That is going to get you blocked from your social media friends feed. The best thing I can do is remind you that social media is sort of like an online cocktail party. And you're going to miss out on all the relationship building and the bonding if you're constantly using it as a sales platform. Now, what I mean by that is, imagine yourself at a networking cocktail party, correct? Maybe think about, for those of you involved in NAREP or AREA or something to that effect. You're at a networking mixer, and you're there meeting a bunch of different people face-to-face who you've never had the pleasure of their company before. If you're just meeting some people in this cocktail networking event, are you going to go around and consistently hard sell them on your open house this Saturday on why they should buy that listing? Or consistently brag about the listing you just took this morning all day long to every single person you meet? I hope you're not. I hope that you don't, because you're going to miss out on the relationship building. You have to make a friend sometimes before you make a sale. You have to create a relationship socially before you create a business relationship sometimes. So if you're constantly in sales mode on these social media platforms, you're missing the point. It should be a good mixture of your personal life, things you like, things you're doing, things that interest you as a person, not all realtor all day long. Again, do a good mix of personal plus business things, but, you know, share who you are, engage with people, you know, engage with them in what they're interested in. Create those strong rapport, create that strong relationship, so when they think of you, they not only think of you as somebody who can help them with their real estate stuff, think of you as a friend. And when you're a friend, you're going to get more referrals that way, okay? Friends get more referrals from people who they're not friends with. You know what I'm saying? So do that. Here's our quick real estate hack for social media platforms. All social networks have ad platforms that allow you to target a custom audience with a call to action message promoting and driving traffic back to your website or your video event or your Evite or anything else that you're promoting online for as little as $1 per day. If you think that Facebook ads are expensive, you're wrong. If you think that Instagram ads are expensive, you're wrong. If you think that all this stuff is really hard to do and really hard to set up, you're wrong. It's cheap, it's easy, and in my opinion, these are the most cost-effective return on investment ads you can run right now. They're the best. If you're not sure on how to start a marketing campaign using any one of these ad platforms, remember what I told you at the beginning of this webinar or this conference call? I told you, please utilize the free platforms you have at your disposal. Google search is amazing. You can learn how to do anything by searching "how do I ... on YouTube.com. You can watch a video. If you would like to learn how to set up Facebook ad campaigns for real estate agents, in my local area. That's a very highly specific search term, search phrase. Type that into YouTube. How do I set up a Facebook ad campaign for real estate? How do I set up a Twitter ad campaign for real estate? How do I set up an Instagram ad campaign for real estate? Search any of those terms or phrases on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch dozens, if not hundreds of videos on how to do it. And every video you watch, you're going to learn something, and you're also going to learn a little tip or trick or a little twist that the user or the video person is currently doing to spice up their marketing campaign. Remember, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Learn what works and apply it to yourself and put your own spin on it. That's the best advice I can give you for using the social media platforms and their ad campaigns. You should definitely look into this. Next up on our list, video marketing. So, for those of you who've been in the business 10 years or more, 15 years or more, you probably recall when doing a video on your brand new listing was like a really, really cool and exclusive thing. I mean, that was like buying the top-notch model car with all of the bells and whistles, right? Video was, wow, you did a video on my house? Wow, that's so amazing. Wow, that's huge. It's a video. Guess what, everybody? My house is for sale, and my real estate agent is the best because he did a video on my house, right? That was back then. 2018, National Association of Realtors study survey shows that 91% of all sellers around the country, yes, even those in Kentucky or Alabama or Arkansas, even those guys and gals, they expected video of their home to be included in the marketing package from their listing agent. 91% of sellers expect video on their property. So what does that tell us? That tells us that in today's market, video is no longer optional. It's absolutely mandatory, and you're going to use video to promote not only your listings, but you're going to use video to promote your professional services, what you do as an agent, what services you provide to your client, what makes you stand out, and why a consumer should choose you. And you're also going to be using video, I hope, to educate your clients on real estate matters. So we use video 3 different ways: to promote your listing, because sellers expect it nowadays; to promote your services, so when that millennial buyer or seller is researching you online, not only do they find your Realtor.com profile, but guess what? They also find a video that you did explaining who you are as a person, explaining how you take care of your clients, explaining to them how the real estate field actually works and what they should expect when they're buying, selling, or investing in real estate with you as their agent. You definitely want to make sure you're advertising your services and educating your people, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple of examples of how I've used video in the past and how I'm currently using video now to do all 3 of these things: promoting my listing, promoting my professional services, and also educating my clients on real estate matters. So here's a screenshot. This was a screenshot. Oh, wow, this is old. This is a 2016 screenshot. My videos have gotten a lot more complex from there, and I know some of you are on videos already, which is great. Keep it up. But for those of you who are not, here are some ideas for videos that you would be able to recreate and film yourself to share with your clients to educate them and promote your services. So, in my channel, I have a channel here on YouTube, and some of my topics include: what value does a realtor bring to the transaction? I have another real estate tip video here: what to expect when buying your first home. What I like about these real estate tips here, like this video here, what to expect when buying your first home, it's a long video, guys. If you want to check it out, search my name on YouTube. But I'll tell you, this is a 13 to 15-minute video. And it's going to tell a buyer everything from the time we do our initial consultation to showing properties, to writing up contracts, to opening escrow, to doing our inspection and disclosures, all the way through until the very end where I'm giving them their keys to the new property and offering to provide a housewarming event for their home. We cover all of that stuff in this video. Now, 12 to 15 minutes is a lot to watch, but I use these videos to educate my clients, and also it is self-serving, because here's why. When I meet with my buyer clients, I do a one-on-one consultation. I explain the same things in the video to them in person to make sure they have an understanding of what to expect when they're working with me. Then after that consultation, I text or I email or I instant message, whatever method of communication they prefer. I will communicate this video with them and say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Buyer, in case you forgot about anything that we talked about today at our consultation, I'd like to remind you that we have a video that you can watch that's going to reiterate all of the stuff we discussed tonight. So in case you forget, feel free to watch the video as many times as you need to be clear. And if you have any questions that the video can't answer for you, give me a call or shoot me a text and I'll walk you through it. Now, can you see how me explaining the videos and framing it as a tool to help keep my client educated and in tune with the process helps me save time and helps me open up my schedule to go get some more business? You understand that? They're not calling me to ask me every little question anymore because I covered it once with them in person. I sent them a video reiterating all of the key points. And if my clients are smart and they're aware and they do their due diligence, and I hope that they don't want to seem like they're not engaged in the process, I'm sure they're going to watch that video before they call me. That saves me time. And it makes me more money because it frees up my time to go get more business. I hope you guys understand that. Below that, I have why choose Vic Quiroz as your realtor as a video that's promoting me and my services. Below that, I have another real estate tip, what to expect when selling your home. This is a reiteration of all the key points we talk about at our listing appointment. So after I leave with the listing, I send my sellers this listing video. Here's what to expect next. I know we covered all of it at our listing presentation tonight, but in case you forgot, here's some reminders of things to expect during the listing and escrow process. This way, they're not calling me and spending up, time on the phone with me. I can go out and do other things. Same thing here, 10 tips for buying a home, 10 tips for selling a home, and I got a bunch of different videos. Okay? So please take advantage of this stuff. Here's what my channel looked like about a year ago. Here's the real estate hack for videos. Sharing videos via social media, via emails, text messages, or other instant message platforms or social media platforms, it's free. It's easy to learn. And did I mention it's free? It doesn't cost you anything. It's free on Videolicious. And if you don't know what Videolicious is the free video tool app that you can download on your mobile device or on your tablet directly from BHHS Resource Center. So please take a look at bhhsresourcecenter.com, click on the marketing resource, and on the home page of marketing resource, there's a link there or a button there that says video creation. Click on that link, fill out the registry form. They will send you an email, and from that email, you're going to open that link on your cell phone. Don't open it from your laptop or from your PC. Open that link from Videolicious on your cell phone or mobile device. Download the Videolicious app for free, and it's already going to come with your name, your contact, your photo, and the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services intro and outro logos. So it's a great, free, and easy tool that you can utilize to do videos for your listings, to do self-promotion videos in regards to your services for buyers, sellers, investors, and renters. And you can use it to create educational videos to share with your clients or consumers around the world on YouTube.com or Vimeo or Dailymotion video sites. One last thing I'm going to say about video is if you're scared of using video, guys and gals, if you're scared of using video because you don't like the way you look or you don't like the way that you sound on video or recordings, get over it. Get over it. All of your friends, all of your family, and I hope that a lot of your colleagues and the people you surround yourself with, I hope they're okay with the way you look. I hope they're okay with the way you communicate, the way you sound, the words that you use. Because if you're not okay with the way you look or sound, you're going to have a hard time in this business being successful. You have to be okay with yourself. Be okay with who you are. Be okay and comfortable in your own skin. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you you. And there's going to be some clients and consumers out there who like you, who want to work with somebody like you, who feel that they see themselves inside of you and they connect with you, they have something in common with you. They may want to work with me. They may want to work with you. They may want to work with somebody else. But if you're not being true to yourself and promoting who you are and promoting yourself and your business and all that stuff, you're going to have a hard time being successful. I challenge you to jump on Videolicious and create, at the bare minimum, a biography video. Tell them who you are, what you do, what area you service, and how you can help them achieve their real estate goals in this business, powered by the strength of the Berkshire Hathaway name, tools, and support that we give you. I challenge you to do it. And I challenge you to do your video and post it on our REthink Facebook group so everybody else can see that you're putting yourself out there. You're out there to market. You're out there to get business. And you're not scared of what other people think or say. That's an unstoppable human being. And I know that some of you out there are going to take me up on that challenge. And I hope that you do. Please use video to your advantage. It's really going to help your business grow. Next up here. Next up. Let's talk about a couple of other things. And we're going to wrap it up for tonight. The last thing that we have to talk about tonight is going to be our IP address targeting. So, this is a tech-heavy advertisement platform, and I'm not going to scare you with all the inside of it, but let me let you know that IP address stands for Internet Protocol Address. And every device with an internet connection has an IP address attached to it. And that IP address can be captured and used to target you or other IP addresses out there, target that audience with ads based on either a combination of their geographic location, web browser history, and or interests. It could be a combination of all of those or just one of them. But either way, IP address targeting is happening. It's here, it's not going away, and I know that you've already seen it. Now, I know that you've already seen it because I know that most of you have gone to Amazon.com, right? You go to Amazon.com and you search for something that you want to buy. And let's just say, I don't know, you're looking for a brand new fishing rod. Okay, you're out there and you want to get a fishing rod from Amazon.com. You look up the best fishing rods, you look up the prices, you look up the reviews, maybe you even watch some videos from the seller telling you about the product, but you never complete the purchase. Okay, let's just say you do some research for 15 minutes, or heck, you just do some research for 5 minutes. You do a couple of searches and you never complete the purchase. As a matter of fact, you never get as far as logging into Amazon and putting that item in your cart. You never do it. You just search. You search on Amazon for a fishing rod, and then life happens and you never complete the purchase. You never sign into Amazon. And then, in a day or two, you start to notice that ads for fishing rods or fishing products start to show up on your device. And they're all over, right? They're on your home page. They're coming up on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your LinkedIn. They're even coming up on the side of your Gmail or Yahoo account, right? Your Gmail, your Yahoo Mail account. They're popping up, and you have no idea how that happened. Well, you were just a victim of IP address retargeting ads. That is when you go to a website, they attach a cookie to your IP address under the guise of having your website load faster, and they know what you're doing on the website. So they can sell ad space to Google, Amazon, Bing, all these different platforms to sell you a product. Now, it sounds kind of creepy when you have ads following you around, I'm sure. And it kind of is creepy. I think even sometimes, and maybe you felt the same way, that Alexa is always listening, right? Google Assistant is always listening. And for you Apple fans, oh yeah, Siri is always listening to you. Now, I just think about something, and I start to see ads all over the place. Oh my God, have they infiltrated my head? I'm just kidding, guys, but it could go that way. If you guys are really, really interested in where the technology is going, I would advise you to watch the movie The Minority Report with Tom Cruise. That's a great illustration of where we're heading in regards to IP address targeting and GPS targeting and Bluetooth targeting for ads. Take a look at the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise, and Amazon, if you didn't know, they purchase Whole Foods. The concept of Amazon and Whole Foods checking out with your cell phone, not going to a cashier anymore, that's addressed in that movie, The Minority Report, and it's uncanny how close it is to the real thing. So check it out if you're interested. But let's talk about IP address targeting and how you can utilize it in your favor for real estate, okay? So here are some examples of IP address targeting ads I've used in the past. Now, in 2019, I'm revising all of my targeting ads, all of my IP address targeting, and my retargeting ads, and it's going to be more focused on letting the downtown Los Angeles community know that my office is here, and also recruiting real estate agents in my area. So no longer are my personal IP address ads going to look like this. And let's take a look at the ad on the left here. It's a column ad, and that says, thinking of selling your home this summer? If they click on the button or anywhere on that ad, it takes them directly to, guess what, my buy-side landing page, just like this. So they can go ahead and include their address, and they can get an instant valuation where I capture their information. We're going to talk about buy-side in a second. Let's take a look at the middle ad, middle top. It's a square ad. This is for cell phones. It's called a box ad, and it says the same thing roughly. Top-rated real estate services for home buyers and home sellers. Now, if they clicked on this ad, this would take them to my personal website because I'm opening this up to both buyers and sellers. Key point being that whatever the message is, and whenever that consumer clicks on that link or that message or that call to action, you want to make sure they're going to a website location that you set up, a landing page, if you will, that is in tune with the message. It makes zero sense for me to put the ad on the left, thinking of selling your home this summer, in connection with a real estate search, right? Because real estate searches are for buyers. If I'm looking to attack sellers, I'm going to attach my buy side as the landing page so they know that as a seller, they can get the instant valuation and the quick and dirty CMA with all the neighborhood, zip code, and statistics going back almost 4 years on buy side, okay? So make sure the message and the website landing page are connected for the same message. On the very bottom of the screen right now, we have a banner ad, also an IP address ad. Same message, top-rated real estate services for home buyers and sellers. If they click anywhere on that ad, it goes to my personal real estate page where they can either connect to buy side to get that seller valuation, or they can search the IDX MLS network live right there and tell me that they like a home and schedule an appointment with me directly. Okay? So the messages are in tune with the landing pages. Now, let's talk about the ad on the right-hand side where it has a photo of me and it's a little bit more crisp of an image. The reason why this is more crisp of an image is because this was utilized very specifically for PCs, for laptops, not for mobile devices. Okay? Now, we did run some mobile ads using this, but we wanted to have it a bigger picture, while the other ones were strictly mobile ads. And sometimes, you know, for this intents and purposes of this conference call, we had to blow the ads up to make them full page so you can view them on the webinar. But on the right-hand side, with the photo of me, you'll see the call to action is completely different. It says there, nobody cares more about the value of Chino Hills homes than I do. That's because I live here too. And it has my name, there's a photo of me. Call or text for a free home evaluation. Now, the difference between the other three ads that we just discussed and the ad with the Chino Hills, very specific Chino Hills marketing call to action, was the three ads that we previously talked about, thinking of selling your home this summer, or top-rated real estate services. Those were IP address retargeting ads, meaning these people had already been to my website. My website attached a cookie to their IP address, and now these three ads were following them around for 90 days. But the ad on the right, that's Chino Hills specific, this was a zip code ad, and the only people who saw this ad lived in the Chino Hills zip code of 91709. So, for all intents and purposes, if you're interested in doing zip code IP address targeting, there is a discount code because you work with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services that you can get and apply to, I believe, save anywhere from 20 to 30% off a zip code service ad through adworks.com. Let me spell that out for you. IP address targeting zip code ads. adworks.com. ADWERX.com. adworks.com is the place where you can get a Berkshire Hathaway Home Services discount for any zip code you choose to create an IP address targeting ad for. It's pretty cost effective. You get all the insight, and very much like a bus bench ad or a billboard ad, this isn't going to work for you if you're not already targeting that neighborhood or that market area. Okay, don't do just this and expect your phone to blow up. Don't do just this and expect for your email lead box to blow up. This is a supplement to a geographic farm system that you should utilize to reach them not only in the mail, door to door, open houses, but now you're getting them on their computers, their cell phones, their tablets, their laptops, or even work PCs. If it's in that zip code, they're going to see your ad. Now, in regards to retargeting ads, the company that I use is adroll.com. ADROLL.com. They're pretty cost effective. There is no Berkshire Hathaway Home Services discount, but they do have, in my opinion, through my research, the very best bang for your buck in regards to ad money paid versus retargeting impressions given to the visitor. Okay? Check out IP address retargeting. Now, IP address retargeting or even IP address targeting is great because those platforms really work and you get all the analytics and can customize your audience. However, I would tell you that if you're going to be doing any type of IP address targeting, whether it's zip code targeting or retargeting, you must have a fast-loading, user-friendly, and mobile-optimized, beautiful website or landing page, or when they see your ad and they click on it and they go to a page that takes 10 seconds to load up, or a really ugly page, or a page that's not user-friendly, or a page that doesn't exist, hello, you're not going to be able to convert that internet traffic into leads. That means you're spending money on IP address targeting and you don't have the right systems in place to capture those leads. Now let's take it back to the fishing rod. You can have the best fishing rod in the world, right? Very attractive. But if you don't have a hook at the end of that fishing rod to reel those fish in, you're never, ever going to catch any fish. And I hope that makes sense to you. If you don't have a mobile, optimized, friendly, fast-loading, beautiful website or landing page to connect with your IP address targeting ads, then don't do IP address targeting ads. It's not going to work. You have to have that website built out first, and I hope that makes sense to you. If you'd like more information on IP address targeting or IP address retargeting ads, guess what? You can go to youtube.com and search, how do I create an IP address targeting campaign for real estate? Hit the enter button and dozens, if not hundreds or thousands of videos will show up and you can watch and learn how to utilize this platform yourself. I hope that helps you guys. So, as you know, the landing page that we recommend for sellers specifically is your buy-side landing page. And if you have not set up your buy-side landing page already, what in the heck are you waiting for? It's a free platform. It costs you $0. It is a great tool. It's a great tool for online marketing, and it's a great tool for listing presentations. I have to tell you that before we had buy-side, my marketing assistant and a web developer and I tried to recreate what buy-side provided. Between 2014 and 2016, the website that I used for my seller lead landing page was nowhere near as robust as buy-side is right now, and I paid a lot of money to develop it. And as soon as we got buy-side, I kid you not, guys and gals, I scrapped my entire platform and went with buy-side because it's free, it's beautiful, it's fast-loading, it's mobile optimized, and it gives me more options and gives the client more results instantly than what I had spent about $2,000 building from scratch. So don't recreate the wheel. Use the platform that we have already in place for you, and I hope you guys are. With that being said, which of these 6 tech marketing strategies do you plan on implementing, or are you implementing already? I'm unmuting everybody so we can have a group conversation. Go ahead and fire away with your questions, your concerns, or your insights right now so everybody can hear.
Are we unmuted?
You are unmuted. Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
I have one guidance that I'm using solo, and I've used a couple of other marketing. Face-to-face is big right now. Every time I meet somebody, I ask them if you own a home, and they're very curious. I think people are more curious and want that more face-to-face, and people like to help other people. So I think going and talking about, what's going on the market versus email or seeing stuff on Facebook, You sit in a restaurant and start talking to people, have a nice conversation.
You could if you choose to. I'm glad that you're on the line. It's kind of hard to understand you, but you know, all of these marketing methods are a supplement to talking to people face to face. Okay? If you recall, our very first item here that we covered was networking. So yeah, get out there and talk to as many people as possible. Ladies and gents, we have a couple of quick reminders. This is recorded. We will send you the link so you guys can review this at your own pace. I want to remind you your online, your REthink tracking sheets for the quarterly points total and agent-to-agent challenges are due on January 2nd, January 16th, and January 30th. Now, if you are using the planpartner.com to track all of your activities, you know you can print out your weekly activities and your agent prospector results. So you can use those now as tally sheets instead of doing it by hand. Remember, the essence of this program is education, but also making sure that you're being held accountable to your challenges and growing your quarterly points total. So please use the planpartner.com to fill out your schedule for the week, to fill out your prospecting results, and also to print it out to use as your points total, okay? I want to remind you that next month, Thursday, January the 31st from 6 to 8 p.m., we will be hosting our annual top agent panel at the Norwalk branch office on Firestone Boulevard, of course, in the city of Norwalk. We will be utilizing their training room again. We will be putting out a flyer that will be emailed to each and every member of the REthink local chapter, and it will also be emailed and text message to every agent in the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services California Properties Network as a reminder that this top agent panel is an event where not only do we showcase the REthink local chapter, our points, and our agent-to-agent challenge winners in front of the rest of the company, but we also have 3 to 4 of our top producing agents within our company sharing what they do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to achieve the success that they've reached. You definitely would like to be there. And by the way, all the REthink local chapter members get the front row seats. We reserve the front 2 to 3 rows of seating for all of our local chapter members, so you are not sitting in the back. They're getting a front row view to ask questions to these top producing agents, and you'll also be able to hear a little bit better directly from their mouths. So we hope that all of you can make it to the top agent panel on Thursday, January 31st from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That will be our next meeting, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll continue on with our program in February, March, April, etc., etc. With that being said, do you have any questions or concerns about today's Master Marketing webinar that we covered, or the tracking sheets, the planpartner.com, or our top agent panel? Okay, it doesn't seem like we have any concerns or questions. With your permission, do I have it to end this call today?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, guys. Hey, that gets a response out of you guys. Let's get off the webinar. I appreciate your time. It's 8:03 right now. I'm going to end the recording, and I'm going to end this conference call right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being part of the REthink local chapter, and we hope to see you at the top agent panel January 31st in Norwalk. Have a wonderful Christmas. Be safe. Happy New Year. Best wishes to you. Take care.
Thank you.